50% of your online learning is just finding out what you're supposed to do. My name is Devi, Ellen, Aurelia, Levi,
Noah,
Sophie,
Simon,
Sterling,
Carlotta,
Ethan,
Santiago,
Eliza Levitt,
and I am in 5th grade. First, 6th grade,
8th grade,
grade 8,
grade 11,
first.
grade 11,
I am in 10th grade right now.
grade 7,
grade 11,
We live in Singapore,
Dubai,
Accra, Ghana,
Santiago, Chile,
Bangkok,
Shanghai,
Dubai,
Belgium.
Brussels, Belgium.
This is going to be weird.
I knew it was going to be hard. I knew it wasn't ideal, but I didn't really know what to expect just because something like this had never happened.
Math all day and school all day, like so many things.
Oh no, because I like learning in school better because we get to interact with our teachers and friends.
It was a pretty exciting thing. It would be demanding on me, especially just because I have pretty bad organizational skills. Things I like about online learning is the independence given to us, the ability to communicate with a teacher one-on-one because they're always available.
We can do everything on our own time. Then maybe we can take really slow on one thing and really fast on another.
How close I've gotten to my family just because we're sort of stuck together. We have played a lot of games, had a lot of funny moments, laughed a lot, and I think that's definitely a positive.
I'm really learning how I learn best and discover different learning spaces. Already hard for kids who are new to all this technology and being on your iPad so much. It's like in the Google Doc, it's on the Seesaw. You have to spend like 50% of your online learning is just finding out what you're supposed to do.
We have to get up pretty early at like 5, so that can be hard.
I've been having about 2 or 3 Zoom meetings every day at around 5 o'clock in the morning. I have about 4 hours of work after that, which is kind of stressful.
Having a teacher explain online or on a screen is just not the same thing, and it doesn't feel the same, and I don't feel like I'm getting the same learning.
Whilst in class, you have to have a sense of professionalism, I would say. You have to have a certain behaviour that must be upheld during that class, but that isn't felt at home as much, or at all, it depends. You know, when you're at home, you're normally relaxed and comfortable, and you don't have the same headspace as you would in a classroom. So when online schooling started, I did feel as though I wasn't learning at the same level I normally did. And I think that now it was because I wasn't acting like I would do in class. Like afterwards when I would do my own work, even if it was still during class time, I wouldn't be thinking I was in class because of that home environment.
I wish my teacher knew that I miss her a lot.
And I miss going back to school.
Although a certain assignment may be a certain amount of time in the classroom, it takes a lot longer at home just because of what I was saying. It's hard to get started, and once you do start, it's hard to keep it up till the end.
My organizational skills aren't the best. It's harder now, especially that I'm online learning because there's just so many distractions around me.
Most of the times we just kind of have a checklist of things that we have to complete for class, and it's in the very long term. So we do need more, I guess, specific things that make sure that we're on track.
Do not give the students too much homework.
Give short day-by-day assignments, even if it is leading up to a big project, just because I think that's much easier than giving a lot of work over a long period of time.
I understand that it's hard for you to do this, and it's hard for us, so we just need to work together on solving this and just like balancing the workloads.
Instead of saying this big thing is due in 2 weeks, kind of divide that up into small due dates so that students have more structure, so you know when you have to get little things done, because many students lack motivation and then procrastinate until the end, and then you're kind of stuck with a big workload at the end of 2 weeks that you haven't started even looking at.
Not everyone has the same resources or support or time
than other people do. If you need a special type of paper or a special image that you need to print out, some people don't have printers at home, or some people have to do a lot more activities after school so they don't have time for homework.
Prioritize their Zoom calls and plan them so that they're pushing out a lot of information that is helpful for the students. Well, I would also say make the Zoom calls engaging, because a lot of times for some of my Zoom calls, I'll just be sitting there listening to them talking, and it's not very interactive. You just sit there and you don't retain a lot. I don't retain a lot of information, and I feel like I've wasted 45 to an hour of my time just sitting there.
Encourage your children. Give them all the help you can get. Because I noticed with my parent, like those little spots where they're like checking in on me and being like, you can do it, you're doing a great job. Those little like encouragement like sentences are just so helpful. Any free time you have, do your work that you need to do, and like when they feel like they got it, just remind them to check the steps just in case, and if they ask for help, just help them out, and then when they're done, just go back to do your work.
Motivated to be active, because even if it's a pain to like do a workout in the middle of the day, by the end you feel much better if you did, as opposed to sitting at your desk all day.
To not interrupt us while we're working and not try and move us around a bunch while we're in one spot. Sometimes I'm working in one spot and then they have to go down there and do their work, so I have to go back up to my room and then I can go back down there, so I just keep on switching.
Parents should try and work with their kids to try and structure the time wisely. Structure when they're going to have a few solid hours of work, but also put some time for them to just relax and do some of their own things during this time, because if it's just schoolwork, everyone, including myself, would have heavy fatigue, and you need to work in some time to just be yourself and do things that are relaxing for you.
To make sure you talk to your kids. I know that most parents work and that they have their own work to do during the day and perhaps even after the school hours, so they might be very overwhelmed themselves. But I do think that communication is really important, and this communication is not only for kids to talk about their worries and problems or achievements, but it's also for parents to talk, because otherwise who else are they going to talk to?
I really want to say everybody's doing a great job, even though like nobody's perfect. Yeah, there's some stuff, like it's all spread out, or like, sometimes it's really difficult finding stuff, and then there's also like, sometimes you need help and you can't get it. There's some parts that are hard, but we're doing our best. We're doing a great job.